All right, everyone, welcome to Celtics postgame live. Kayla Burton, Chris Forsberg here with you. The Celtics leading 21 points at the half, but guess what? We'll tell you guys this. They lost this one, 107-105, the final. The Raptors steal the show. They really, Chris, stole the whole second half. Things got ugly quickly. This is the preseason. Things happen. They got to work out the kinks. 29 turnovers.
So look, not the greatest showing for the soon-to-be Maine Celtics. But if you're going to take something away from this game, it's that the guys who really matter, the guys that are going to be playing minutes for the Boston Celtics, did look pretty good. And I think we're starting to learn a little bit about some of the rotation guys that will comprise the core of this team. And there was a lot of question marks coming in, but you can see it from Chris Boucher to Josh Minott to Luka Garza. There's a bench or maybe even some starters in there building for this team. Still a lot of question marks. The rebounding was not great in the first half. The turnovers were really not great in the second half. But I think you're starting to see some positives out there. This is 2 games in a row where I think they've put good efforts together with the guys that are going to matter.
Yeah, I mean, you just mentioned him. Chris Boucher, 19 points, 9 boards, a block, a steal. He was plus 19 in his return back to home in Toronto, in his new home with the Boston Celtics. But, you know, we talk about guys that we are going to be new for this team. We didn't see Peyton Pritchard in the preseason debut. We see him here tonight. He finishes with 19. Even Anthony Simons, who only had 5 points in the first half, he turns it around with 18. So how are you liking maybe some of these starters that we got to see them collectively, but some of the guys that we didn't see in preseason?
Yeah, so I mean, let's start with Pritchard. I think, you know, we know what you're getting when he's out on the court, but it's just good to sort of reaffirm it. And the shooting was there. He was pulling up from deep. He was confident. He was running the offense well. And I think, you know, when you start thinking about pairing him out there with Derek White and a potential starting group, there's going to be good things that happen. I did like Simons giving you that little offensive burst in the second half. Spots that he could have been better defensively, especially early in the game. But again, I think he's still getting acclimated and still trying to figure out what exactly and how he fits into this puzzle. So I'll give him the benefit of some time here. But you know where you're going to get the scoring punch from those guys. It just comes down to taking care of the basketball and making sure you're valuing possessions out there.
Yeah, I did like the fight back from Anthony Simons. I mentioned to you at the first half, I want to see Simons make something in the second half. He personally did. The rest of the team didn't. But again, it is the preseason as you're looking there. 2 down, 2 to go. A win, a loss here tonight, and not so pretty at all loss here tonight. But as Chris mentioned, they didn't really have their guys completely. But we have our guys. Drew and Scal, welcome to the post-game show. What'd you make of it all? I mean, first half, Celtics were on a roll. Obviously, they didn't have their main guys in the second half. At one point, Drew, I thought that Peyton Pritchard was going to get subbed in to just right off the ship.
Well, the Raptors didn't have any of their starters either, so don't think you can use that as an excuse. It is a preseason game, though, so you know, Scal mentioned it too. It's like at that last possession for the Celtics, throw Pritchard in there so he can make a shot and everyone can get out of here. But yeah, Scal, is it as simple as not having a primary ball handler in there who can handle the pressure?
Can I just pass on us having 29 turnovers and the way that we played at the end, right? Like, we got another glimpse of who we're going to be. I think the Memphis game was better. I thought there were times when we were up by 20 at times with, you know, our starting group, and they didn't have their guys. But we handled pressure well, and, you know, Pritchard and Simons, different than what we saw White and Brown, is these guys were shot makers today. Pritchard was making big-time shots, and so was Simons. So you have a lot of different dynamics. You know, Derek White with the double-double in the first game. Jaylen Brown, an all-NBA player. But, you know, you could start to see the team built. And I also look at Boucher, look at Garza. You know, is Kayla going to fit in with everybody? You're starting to see how this team could get put together. So I'm excited about what I'm seeing, and we'll see if you know, when they all get a chance to play first half or 3/4 of a rotation, we'll get a good glimpse of what we're in store for this year.
How about Pritchard and Simons playing together? How do you think that looked?
I mean, I just thought it was okay. You know, I think having 3 of those guys on the floor at a time will probably be the way Joe kind of leans. You know, I think there's a lot of different ways that you can you know, do our offense. You can play fast. Derek White can have the ball. You can play Derek White in a double high pick and roll set with some shooters all around. You know, Jaylen Brown can obviously drive. I still think people are going to be held up to shooters. I don't think he's going to get to double teams that I previously thought he was. So I can't wait to see that combination all together. Maybe we'll get a chance to see it this Sunday.
Yeah, and I think the biggest story to me is the way Minot and Boucher and Garza have looked. Those three new faces have been impressive. I know it is preseason, but I think we're going to get a chance to see them play a lot this year. The Celtics will need them.
Minot, to me, could fit into any team. Like, he's a plug-and-play guy to me. Like, the way he plays, the way he hustles, the way he guards, his length, his offensive rebound, keeps balls alive. Like, all those things. I don't care if you want to play him at a small ball 5, I don't care. Like, there's one, he'll find minutes because I think he'll fit in with our star players. Those other guys, it's just a matter of figuring it out. Like Boucher was awesome today, knocking down corner threes. He makes the energy plays. And Garza, there's something there offensively with the screening. So we haven't seen it yet, but I could see how these guys spent all offseason searching for those guys and putting it together.
No doubt. And the real reason the Celtics lost is because Mike Zarin left. If he had stayed, it would have won by 50.
We were crushing when he was here.
We were so we got to get Z back on this broadcast, Kayla. But ultimately, it's the preseason, so we'll flush this and look forward to heading home.
Yeah, it is the preseason. You know why? Because we also just saw a guy completely walk through the middle of your live shot. So I think if that's not an indication of where tonight stands, maybe it's that. Fellas, we'll see you back in Boston shortly. All right, the Celtics fall here tonight again, 107-105. They had the largest lead at 27, but those 29 turnovers, it wasn't too great.